It's time for Recipe of the Day. If you're like me, burrito bowls are a go-to dinner in your house because everybody can customize their own and then everybody's happy with their dinner, right? And so we do them like all the time, and I was getting really bored of them, even though my kids and my boyfriend love them. And so I've been switching it up. And lately we've all been loving these shawarma chicken bowls. I'm going to tell you how to make these, and I have a great hack for making a sauce for them. It is so good. And yes, if you haven't noticed, I still have this like sore throat thing going on. Sorry, my voice just sounds like this. Some days are better than others. Today is like the worst so far. So a chicken shawarma bowl just takes everything you like about that like chicken shawarma pita kind of thing, like a doner, you know what I mean, like a kebab, but you're doing it in a bowl with some rice or another grain, crunchy vegetables, and a great sauce. And I love feta cheese on there too. So we need the grain, the base. You can use leftover rice or like whatever, quinoa, farro, bulgur, anything like that, or orzo little pastas. That would be great too. You need some well-seasoned chicken, and I'm going to tell you the seasoning blend that I'm using on this. It's so good. The crunchy fresh veggies, and like I said, that sauce I'm going to tell you how to make. So I don't do a marinade on these because it's just quick weeknight dinner. You can if you want to, and I will link to a marinade that I think works really well. You just want to stir some yogurt into it, and that'll be great. Leave it for at least an hour. But like I said, I don't think you need to. Instead, you're going to mix together a tablespoon of cumin, a teaspoon of salt, a quarter teaspoon of cinnamon, a quarter teaspoon of turmeric, and then a pinch of cayenne and a pinch of cloves with 2 tablespoons of olive oil. Mix that up, and then you're getting out 6 boneless, skinless chicken thighs. You can use chicken breasts if you want. You'll probably just need 4 of them, but I just find these so much juicier and better with the chicken thighs. And then you want to unroll them. What do I mean? When the butchers are taking the bone out of the chicken thighs, they remove the bone, and then they often wrap the chicken meat back around where the bone was so you get those little bundles. You want to unbundle that if yours are in those little bundles so that you have more surface area for all of this amazing seasoning to get on, more edges to get crispy while they're cooking, all of that. So unroll those thighs and then put them into that oil and seasoning mix and toss them all around to coat them well. Now I'm going to tell you how to bake these, but I'm also going to link to how to air fry them, and also my basic chicken shawarma recipe on the Cookful has instructions for doing them in the Instant Pot and for grilling them as well. So all of the options are there for you. I actually like baking them for this just because they take like 23 to 26 minutes, which is about how long it takes me to get some rice cooking and some veggies chopped up. If I do them in the air fryer, they're a little bit quicker, and then I don't have time to get everything else done. So that's why I do it like this. So you're going to put them on a baking sheet into an oven that you have preheated to 450 degrees Fahrenheit, and you're baking them until they're no longer pink in the middle. Like I said, it's going to be between 23 to 26 minutes. While that is cooking, you are making up some rice. You start with 1 cup of long grain uncooked white rice, or you can do a cup of quinoa, a cup of farro. Like I said, any of that is going to be good. So get that cooking. You're going to chop up all your veggies. Now here, you just do what your family likes or what you've got in your fridge. Cooked veggies that are cold, like if you have some roasted broccoli or something in the fridge, that is going to be great. But what I tend to go to, the things that we all like, are tomatoes, bell pepper, cucumber, red onion. So those are the basic veggies. Sometimes I'll do some lettuce in there as well. So you need like a pint of cherry tomatoes, or like 2 tomatoes chopped up, 1 bell pepper seeded and sliced, half of an English cucumber roughly chopped, and it says half a cup of finely sliced red onion, but I use lots of red onion on mine, so you might need more if you're like me. So you chop those up, and you can also crumble up some feta cheese if yours is in a block. You just need a couple of tablespoons per person, so like half a cup of crumbled feta cheese will work. And then you make your dressing or your sauce. This is that hack I have for you. So shawarma is usually served with a tahini sauce or like a white garlic sauce. And I can't get either of those like already made at my store. And what I have discovered is that there's a handy trick where you can use store-bought or homemade hummus or tzatziki and then just thin it down, and it makes the perfect sauce. So get a half cup of hummus or tzatziki, and I will link to my homemade tzatziki recipe for you. Half a cup of that. And then you just add some some water or oil or lemon juice, just enough to thin it down until it's like just drippy. You know what I mean? Like a salad dressing. And then taste it and add more salt, pepper, and garlic powder if you need to, because we've just diluted the flavor a little bit. So you might just need to punch it up a little bit. But then you have this like really quick, easy, delicious sauce, and you didn't have to go like making a whole thing, you know? So then once the chicken and rice are done, it's time to assemble. I will tell you that I tend to put the whole thing out buffet style. So, a bowl of rice, bowl of chopped or shredded chicken, and then all the veggies, the feta cheese, and then the sauce at the end. If we're having some pita bread on the side as well, that'll go over at the end. And then everybody just helps themselves. And I will say, usually these are done in like bowls, like a nice big soup bowl. But we started doing these dinners, these like burrito bowl or however you want to call them, dinners way back a long time ago when my kids were smaller and they didn't like their food like all mixing together. And somehow we started using pie plates, like glass pie plates for this, because they were big with a nice edge on them and they could like put all their little piles of stuff and not have it touch. And that is just stuck for us. So we still do pie plates for this kind of dinner. You can spread things out a little bit more. So you have like a wide, thin layer of rice and then the chicken on top and the veggies on top of that. So it's just a nice way to try that if you'd like, or if you have little ones who don't like their food touching, this might be a good trick for them too. Okay, I will put the link to this recipe in the show notes for this podcast episode, or you could head to cookthestory.com/ROTD and get it there. Everything there is arranged by date, so it's helpful to know that today is September 25th of 2024. The other place you can get the link is in our Facebook group. I post the recipe of the day link every single day in there, so you can always find what I'm talking about, always get a new idea for what to make today. That Facebook group is at facebook.com/groups/recipeotd. I look forward to seeing you there. I'm going to go rest my voice. I'm Christine Pittman from cookthestory.com, thecookful.com, the all-new chicken cookbook, and from this podcast, Recipe of the Day. I hope you have a great day. Let's get cooking.